Hello, this is Bill Clausey. Welcome to a Dominaria draft. We're going to start things off here with Sarah Angel. Always a good card to see. Not giving up on too much. Haphazard Bombardment is fun, but takes a while to get going. Memorial to Glory is going to add value to any deck. Sean is kind of cool. Journey Mage. So there's a lot going on in this pack. Removal at common, Intervention, and Syncopate. It'd be a tough pick if Sarah Angel wasn't here, but I think that just is a little above the rest. And we're passing some good white stuff, but not enough to be too concerned about it. We're also passing some red stuff. Sure. There that is. We follow it up with Blessed Light, which can help deal with anything too problematic. Quende is good. We don't have a real reason to play it, and it's really just like a glorified 4/2 on its own. If you don't have many other things that give first strike, it doesn't help our Angel out. So yeah, we'll take maybe the best common in the format, Blessed Light. Passing to K-Ball, 2 nickels, M District, Jim Beam 3, Moon 11, Jeff Stewart, and Meow. Next up we have some blue stuff, Antiquities War, which only really works with a bunch of equipment or artifacts, not even historic cards. Adeliz doesn't work with our first 2 picks that well unless we can find a lot of fixing. Assistant, which would be fine. Divest is surprisingly good in this format as like a one of. And then we passed some red, but Fiery Intervention is also a nice removal spell. So what is it for us? Maybe even Invoke the Divine to really cut white. And I always like having 1. It's a little too early for that. I'll just go with the removal spell here, which is Fiery Intervention. And upside, you can kill some really nasty equipment things with this, or even like an Icy Manipulator. It seems to be working out pretty well. We can get another Angel here, Tiana, and then if we get the mythic Angel, the Baneslayer, that helps pump all our other Angels. It's kind of a cute card to pick up here, and we're not giving up on much. Maybe Time of Ice is better. But yeah, it's good enough, and flyers are important enough in this format that I'm just going to take Tiana. It also helps out with our historic card count. They both do, but yeah, the fact that we don't have to give up on Intervention makes it a little more appealing. Precognition Field, instant sorceries get cheaper. Another Time of Ice, but might even give up on the second one here just to take a Gideon's Reproach. And hopefully one of these invokes Wheels. It might not, but I'm happy enough taking an early interaction spell in this format. And a good one. I mean, this will take down big flyers as well. What next? I'm not seeing much more red or white. The best cards here are maybe black. Could take Fungal Infection. White-black is a solid deck. And even Mardu could be something, but I'll go with Fungal Infection here. It's surprisingly good as a card as far as cards go. Mirari Conjecture. It's early to take this, and we have some nice ones. Blessed Light is an instant. Fiery Intervention is a sorcery. Just go Jeskai good stuff and outvalue our opponent. Sounds good to me. We need some fixing to keep in mind, but that's a funny one to see this late. Deep Freeze, Mesa Unicorn is something to do early. Yeah, might as well have that, because white looks like our main color here anyway. Memorial to Glory, another good card to grab. I like a Syncopate, but Memorial's too much value for this, and we might not even end up in Conjecture Zone. Howling Golem and Sergeant at Arms. Let's grab this guy. Antiquities Wars, the Antiquities War Wheels, and that's just not going to go with anything in our deck, so we can grab a bird. Maybe a Servant? doesn't help us very much, so Trapper instead. So what is not in it at this point? Conjecture, we'll have to see about that one. I'm not too sure about that one. But a lot of the other stuff looks good. Okay, another Antiquities War, so someone's going to have a lot of fun with that. Then what? Knight of Malice. Very good. Aven Sentry, also good. Firefist Adept doesn't have much support here. Yeah, maybe it's just Aven Sentry. Knight of Malice, I mean, we have a black card, Fungal Infection, but it's not as good as our red stuff so far. So we can just try to rule the skies with our Aven Sentry here. That sounds good enough to me. Then what? Syncopate, no fixing. Knight of New Benalia, and a Gitu Chronicler. I'll grab the Chronicler here. If we don't get Mirari Conjecture going, this gives us a way to get back some of our really good spells. Blessed Light, Intervention, and it's something we can put out early if we really need to. Late game card that can catch us up. Just a 4/4 lifelink will do that. So I'll take Evra Halcyon Witness here over, what's the next best thing? Maybe Chainer's Torment. Not a super strong pack besides the Evra. So a very strong pick there. Alright, Warcaller. This helps power up your sagas. We don't have any sagas yet. Well, we have the Conjecture. But white does have some good sagas. And we need some 2-drops, and that's in our color. Oh, it's possible we want Syncopate or even Academy Drake to go in this deck. And Keldon Warcaller just doesn't have that upside that these other cards might have. So yeah, I'm actually leaning towards Academy Drake and Syncopate, and I'll go for the Drake. Oath of Teferi. Not as good as Teferi, and it doesn't do much here. We can reset Sergeant at Arms. We could reset Chronicler. We could, yeah, it's just not worth considering here. Or is it? Because there aren't any other good cards. No fixing, unfortunately. A cute wall here, but generally not interested in that. Just fly over walls anyway. Charge as a nice trick. And a cheap artifact that sometimes gets value and can block and is easy to cast. I'll go for Charge. Blood Tallow Candle's fine. Another Mesa Unicorn. This just makes the early game a breeze. Ooh, Baird? Yeah, that makes the mid-game a breeze. They have to kill this, or they can only attack or cast something. They can't do both. Very nice in like a Flyers deck, and our deck's turning towards that style. Gitu Chronicler #2 or Gideon's Reproach #2. I'll go for Chronicler #2. We have some good spells. Healing Grace, not a good spell. A second Trapper might be good for the sideboard. Running out of great stuff. Maybe a Poet if our deck gets really good somehow. That's about it. That's pack 2. Pack 3, we're looking for Teferi or maybe just a skittering Surveyor. Or the Angel we were talking about, Lyra Dawnbringer. Those are the 3 picks, if we could pick anything. Or Karn, of course. Always Karn. Protector, Island. Good. Oh. The helm with the most here. Solid. Copy all our stuff, whether it's legendary or not, and imagine copying Baird. You can't play multiples of this guy normally, but it'll just be so impossible to attack you. And you'd think that, oh, you're just imagining best case scenario. No, you put this on any creature and it's the best case scenario. You want an army of 2/2 lifelinks, you got it. You want an army of First Strike Angels that can't be attacked through, you got it. Evra Halcyon Witnesses, an army of 44 creatures, 40 power, 4 toughness creatures. then you've got it. So yeah, Helm with the Host is really that good here. And we're passing a Surveyor, so maybe blue's out of it. And Knight of Malice, which we're not in. It takes a while to get going. On 9 mana, you get rewarded, but you have to take 2 turns off to really get it going. Oh no, Joda here. I wish we could play that third color, just because this is a cute card. It's just a 4/3 flyer, but 4/3 flyer is good. Now we're looking at Sergeant at Arms and Gideon's Reproach. And Joda. We'll take Gideon's Reproach. We missed our second copy, and our deck looks powerful enough if we can stay alive. Song of Freyalise, pretty card. Blessed Light number 2. Definitely something we're interested in here. Seal Away. There's even some argument for Sanctum Spirit, now that we have Helm of the Host, but Mesa Unicorns do a pretty good impression of it, even though they don't get indestructible quite as often. Yeah, Seal Away is nice here. Dauntless Bodyguard. That gives our stuff indestructible. Make a host of these guys, and then you can make all your creatures indestructible, including the bodyguards. So it's just a brotherhood of bodyguards protecting each other. That's cute. Is it worth it? Over Gilded Lotus, this isn't cube. We're not really casting 8 drops of different colors, so yeah, we'll go with the bodyguard. Daring Archaeologist. Oh, yes, please. You killed our Helm of the Host? That's too bad. We'll get it back. Oh, we're still missing out on these Invoke the Divines. I hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Another Seal Away. Do we even need red at all? Who knows? Probably. Yes, we got one! We got an Invoke the Divine. Our deck is perfect now. Deck cannot be beat. Double Chronicler. I mean, they are good. They do what we want. It's worth the splash just because of that. The problem with it is it's double red to use on the second side of it. So maybe just play one of them, and that should be enough value for this deck. 18 lands. Maybe that's too many lands, because we don't have too many ways to get card advantage. Sarah Disciple, maybe. A surprisingly annoying creature, Sarah Disciple. There's a few 1 toughness creatures around, and not enough ways to punish them that you don't see people playing 1 toughness creatures. And this thing punishes it. And it's a clock in its own right. Too bad we didn't get much in the way of power enhancing equipment, but we've got some good. We can't complain about the equipment we got. Another Trapper. We also don't have a real mess of what are they called? Of any kind of historic cards. Artifacts and legends. We have a few. But it means Trapper's worse and Disciple is worse. Because it's really not even Daring Archaeologist, it's really just these 4. So Daring Archaeologist gets a lot worse. Maybe that's a good reason to play something like Pardic Wanderer, just to put something higher on the curve. Guardians of Koilos is similar, but if we're never getting any value by bouncing something back, unless they say make one of your legends into a wall or something, then yeah, we might as well pay 1 more mana for trample and more power. Right, so then we'd need a cut. So is that even worth it? Or should we just cut the Trapper? Well, if we make a host of Trappers, what happens is the first historic spell we cast taps all of their stuff. That's kind of a silly Silly example there. 24. So we cut the trapper and we're still too many cards. We can't cut any of the bottom row here. They're all just too good. Oh, no, we didn't cut the trapper. I just saw one up there. Okay, so cut the trapper and this guy. I'm still not sure about Sarah Disciple. I'm still not sure about 17 lands, honestly. Like if we look at our curve here, this could be our curve. A bunch of 6-drops and a 9-drop over here. A bunch of 5-drops. That's okay. I'm going to play 17 lands and be on the draw. Maybe that's not even right. 18 lands sounds good on the play. 17 on the draw. Yeah, whatever. Let's be on the play. This deck can rush. Yep, good job. 14, let's go 12-5. And that'll get us our double red sometimes. It's plenty of white. Cool. So red-white stuff. Make a host of lifelink creatures, and that'll be our win condition. Round 1 will be on the play here. What, 18 lands play this? It happens. Mulligan, much better, because anything's better. Yeah, about as well as you can do mulliganing here. We've got a ton of stuff we can expect to deploy. Yes, Plains is the perfect land to see next. Help cast Baird. We're definitely not winning off of this, so I'm not sure what we are doing. Can't even attack into that. It would be the one creature that blocks Dauntless Bodyguard that we wouldn't want to trade with it. Never lucky. Wow. What is going on? They're just playing Frenzied Rage on Tragic Poet? Why? I mean, sure, I'll take my 2-for-1. And they don't block it? Because they didn't want us to double block? I'm out of my element. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they'll tap it. Hey! They didn't want us to trade with it? This is too funny. Alright, well, we'll give him a reason. I still don't know what's going on, because these trades aren't even good for them. We're still coming 1 point ahead. They do 5, we do 4, and gain 2. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So we do need to draw something still, but we got a lot of value out of that. Another Tragic Poet. So another good blocker for our bodyguard. I feel like not attacking here gives them more opportunity to set themselves up for disaster. Oh, what on earth happened? I am not sure when they cast Invoke the Divine. Oh, they didn't play a Tragic Poet. They Invoke the Divine. They Invoke the Divine, our thing to get Tragic Poet back. That's too much. So now they can use Tragic Poet to get back Frenzied Rage and cast that on Champion of the Flame, and then we'll 2-for-1 them again. Or just double block here. Might also be good. That's a scary attacker, though. Champion of the Flame, 5-4 Menace Trample. They don't have too many cards left. Ooh, okay. Maybe they don't even attack here. Yeah. Baird makes things annoying for them. We could play Helm there, but I like it so much that they're just not going to have good attacks and be able to play anything of consequence this turn. It's just too good. We have a bunch of armored creatures. Look at this. Breastplates and plate mail and whatever it is. Wow, 2/2 haste because they have Shivan Fire and Invoke the Divine. And they're just going to attack with everything and pay 3. More ridiculous plays from our opponent. Absurd. Maybe that's our best play here. Leave their Menace guy back, which we can maybe exile. We don't lose very much this way. I don't know why they did that. Who knows? Ooh. Yeah, I really want to get Helm of the Host into play. I want to do it all. There's too much good stuff to do here. I'll leave about Blessed Light. It's just too fun to 3-for-1 someone. So let's say they make a play like this and attack in here and they have a trick. Well, they can't have a trick. So I just want to exile this thing. We could exile Frenzied Rage. That's pretty funny. So they can't get it back. Now we can block the 1/1. Oh well, Helm of the Host. Let's get it in there. Take a hit of 3, but copying Baird just seems like too much fun. And it's not like there's a demolish in this format, that if we show them Helm of the Host, they're going to bring their shatter effects in. There just aren't... All the shatter effects are like removal spells anyway that you main deck. I mean, they're main decking Invoke the Divine. So yeah, they were wondering whether to hold it back to block a Baird. They'll have enough mana to attack and do another 6 next turn, but then things get really expensive. And they just can't block this, so get in there. Of course, Sarah Angel would just stop their attacks as well. But the nice part about getting your first Helm copy is that now you can put the Helm on the copy and copy the copy. Yeah, that's too much for them. Crazy. Is there any other way we can punish this all-in strategy here? I don't think so. Trappers don't really do it. I mean, it's more power. The Knight of New Benalia is something to do early, but it's punished by a Tragic Poet. Yeah, submit like this. The seal-aways and reproaches are just so good against what they have going on. Here we go. Tragic Poet, foil, Sarah Sanctum land, quality. Or just Urza's Saga lands kind of had this feel to them. They were like floating plains. Another Tragic Poet. And another Tragic Poet. Okay, not quite. Still kind of scary, but that's why we have our 3/1 here in defense mode. Do they, I don't know, attack Lava Runner only into it and then use a Shivan Fire to finish it off or something like that? Because that would be fine. No attacks at all. also fine, but doesn't make a very interesting turn for us, so we'll pass it back. Things only get interesting once they start attacking and equipping their creatures. Like they'll equip Lava Runner with an aura here, or that. I hope they start equipping stuff. Maybe they revamped their deck because they realized how bad it was for them to get 2-for-1 all the time. I'm going to wait till the last possible moment to reproach this thing. And if things get dicey, we can seal it away. No, reproach works. Live, Sarah Angel. Don't die to 4 and 5 mana removal spells. It is easy to kill something with 4 toughness in this format, which is a point in the format's favor, really. Like their own Gideon reproach. Gideon's reproach here. Well, what are we going to do? Live our life in fear? I think not. Instead, we'll put someone else into battle with no risk to ourselves in a fictional card game. That's true courage. Uh-oh. Someone is about to get destroyed by one of our many seal-aways. If they kill seal away in response to the target, that's pretty good. Gosh, they're going to attack here. What is this attack? What are they doing? I don't necessarily want them to kill the unicorn. I'd rather they kill the chronicler. I kind of want to gain the 2 life, but it's not that important here. And I'll make this trade 100% of the time. More likely is they have a trick to back this up, and we're going to seal away it in response. First strike. Yeah, you can have first strike, but you can't do first strike damage. And they have 0 cards left, so this game is over. They have less than 1% chance to win. I sound pretty confident about that. Maybe it's not even true. There are cards like, let's see, they're sitting on 7 mana. I can't think of anything on 7 mana that would do it without a legend in play. Because 7 mana, they could do 5 damage to 3 targets. Even then, they're not all that well off. They could cast a Baneslayer Angel, but then we kill it. Like, there's so few things that have any impact. Yeah. And that's just to help block our Chronicler. If they attack, I just take it. Do 7 back to them. Yeah, this attack's fine. We could save our stuff. 7. Actually, it is better to kill Tragic Poet here. And we'll kill it with Gideon's Reproach. Because next turn this is lethal. Unless they play something with more than 5 power. Or toughness, rather. It's just the numbers line up correctly. If it was a longer game, if they were at 20 life, I just would let that trade happen. Valduke is fine. Yeah, it makes sense in their deck. Just win this turn by killing it first main. See you in match 2. We're back with a lot of removal on the draw, and that's exactly why you want to be on the draw. Playing for the late game. Adventurous Impulse. Are they the first person in the history of mankind to miss? No, they get Yavimea Sapherd. There's always a chance. You just see your next 3 cards and they're all Adventurous Impulses. Or Fungal Infections. It's going to be a tough one. They seem to have a powerful thing here, and there's a lot of reason not to attack the Thallid into this. Oh, they attack into it, so let's seal it away. The Fungal Lord is down. Marwyn. Oh no, do they have a bunch of elves too? We need some more lands, especially red lands. And no elf this turn. Glorified Llanowar elves. Sapherd. We need a board to deal with this. Removal is not going to work necessarily. But at least we have our own offense going. What is going on in this picture? Why does she have a bow and no reach? Maybe she's just holding it for someone else. Yeah, it does make the card look cool. Okay, we're definitely not trading our 3-2 for their 2-2. And they didn't attack with their 1-1, so they don't have Fungal Infection. Or they just want to hold it up for much later. Marwyn, it could be that they have a lot of expensive stuff in their deck. So let's get this party started. I'm going to exile Marwyn and attack. Oh, they're sacrificing it? Ancient Animus? Oh god, why did we do it like that? Oh well. Now, this is kind of greedy play here, but let's play Evra. They can't attack into Evra. They already used up their removal, if you want to call it that. Oh shoot, look at this art. It's Karn versus Multani. Who wins that fight? I have no idea, because I don't know much about either character. But Multani's pretty cool, right? It just depends on how many cards everyone has in their hand, right? Oh well. Evra. What is Evra doing? What is she ever doing? Shoot, well, exile Grand Warlord, because the whole reason I killed Marwyn in the first place is they might just have a giant monster, like a, oh, what's it called? Verdant Force. And we could lose to Verdant Force. But I'll tell you what we're not going to lose to. I don't know. We're not going to lose to Verdant Force because we can Chronicler back a Blessed Light, which is a nice answer to it. Wow, they let that through, which is a good sign. They don't have pump tricks. Okay, we got it. So they can't deal with Evra. They just don't even have another creature to play. Sideboarding. How do we beat some 2/2s and some ramp and some Saprolings? The main thing is killing the Saproling Lord. We have expensive ways to do it and easy ways to do it if they attack. Or if we tap their creature somehow. I think the deck's good how it is. 4 toughness is a nice number because some of the bigger funguses have 3 power. Like, so we could play Fire Elemental over Sergeant at Arms. Or Knight of New Benalia. I'll put in the Fire Elemental. What better at burning down the forest than a giant magical creature made of fire. Purge the blight. There's our trusty seal away. And all our angels, our host of angels, our choir of angels. Do it. It's not like we're going to have seal away 2 games in a row. Oh, I think twice. They're going to have the untap spell. That would be rough. Actually, yeah, I'll use it. If they have the untap spell, then whatever. We've already kind of given our hand up. The hope there would be to let them cast their second thing, take the 2 damage, and be more sure that we got Spore Crown Thalat out of their hand. That's fine though. We want Sergeant at Arms in play just so we don't take 3 damage here, and it's going to be ages until we can kick it. Rada! Rada can come in. Maybe they attack with both if they have a 2-drop. But maybe not. Now this is a reason to play Chronicler. Not really. It just doesn't even help kill Rada. So tough. This is an elf? She looks like an orc. Oh well. I guess the nerd takes all kinds. Yeah, orcs were made from elves, right? Isn't that the Tolkien mythology? What is it? Yeah, just Rada coming in. We don't have our trusty removal here. We didn't have it last turn. Soon we'll have Sarah Angel. Sarah Angel blocks Grand Warlord. Well, hopefully. If it doesn't die right away. Lanor Elves right into play. So they do have more elves than the Lord there, so it can get pumped. 3 elves in play right now, I guess. Here's the real question. How many creatures on the field have swords? We have this thing. I guess that's a sword. 1, 2, not a sword. That's an axe. These are not really swords. But my creatures all have swords. 3 here and 1 here. What are we doing? Oh well, make this stupid obvious block and let them blow us out here with anything. Vicious Offering. Yeah. I mean, there was some reason to block it with both, but I had no idea what trick they had. Most of the tricks are +2/+2 or yeah, -2/-2. The problem is if we block with both there, they kill both, and they only lose like a Lanor Elves. So, yeah. We're going to lose our Sarah Angel anyway. Might as well prevent 3 damage. Tiana's good. Tiana blocks Keldon Raider, stops that attack. And then we can, I guess, double block Warlord if it comes in alone. And since they didn't attack with more, I'm guessing they just don't have anything to follow this up with. Yeah, so they're trading Rada with Tiana. And we can only be happy about that. Yikes. Well, this Marwyn is coming down after a bunch of elves, so that's a good sign. Our Memorial to Glory is doing good work on defense here. we can team it up to kill Keldon Raider, or just about anything that comes in here. And our life total is low, but not super duper low. Let's deal with the big one. And then, ideally we'll draw red. Oh, we can't get anything back, so that's not even that good. Never mind, I don't want to draw red. I take it back. But we drew red, and I don't want to die, so I'll play Gitu Chronicler. And then trade it with the Envoy if they decide to come in there. Which they do. No, they're not. They don't want to make that trade. Maybe they have a fourth color or a double black card. Not much to do here. Maybe we'll begin to stabilize with our Macy Unicorn. And our stream of lands here. I could have attacked the Unicorn in. And by could have, I mean should have. Something we could think about for next turn. It's not the colors you're too afraid to attack into. Oh well, now we'll do it. They could trade it for 2 elves or 1 elf. Or take it. And that makes me feel pretty good about this. Now that we have Blessed Light backup, we have nothing to fear. Keep climbing the life ladder and play an Evra. They might be stocking up on removal themselves. Whatever, make them have it. And at this point, it would suck to get our hand discarded, so I'm not even going to hold up Invoke the Divine. If they have the Caligo Skin Witch, I'd rather let Plains go than have Invoke the Divine up for one more turn here. Intervention, yeah, it doesn't stop any of that, and they do have some removal. And they didn't want to spend that on Macy Unicorn when their life total was so high. Aha, we have our own intervention, and we'll also save it. Another life swing of 4. The Black Splash can't just be for Vicious Offerings. So I wonder. It's probably the giant vampire. If it's a vampire. I can't tell what the creature types are in this set. Vampires are usually knights, but I'm pretty sure this is a vampire guy. 7 mana, 4/4 flyer. It can throw shocks at things, and anytime your opponent's creatures take damage, you put a 1/1 counter on it, like a singer vampire, kind of. Another unicorn. I mean, yeah, there's vampires on Dominaria. Ah, they're finally making the trade. Little do they know, we've got backup. We've got unicorns for days. Ooh, might as well play the bodyguard and protect our most elegant of beasts. Also, why don't we just start attacking with everything? We can't attack with Evra, so we'll attack with the next best thing. And they must have something here. Look at this mana, look at the cards in their hand. 3 cards. And they do nothing. They take it all. Maybe. They're going to trade here, and that's fair enough. It doesn't look like a lot of value. I mean, they're trading with half a land. But the point is the board. I mean, they have to respect the board. 11, we could take 1 mana off of their hands, but it's just so much mana already. Unless they're going to one-shot us with some crazy nonsense. Well, that's a reasonable concern. There could be some legendary sorceries that really mess us up here. And if we kill Marwyn, they no longer have access to those. Specifically the black and red ones. Yeah, so that makes me want to attack with everything. And then we'll really know something's up if they don't block the bodyguard. Okay, good deal. Get out of here, Marwyn. I should have attacked with everything last turn just because of that. They would just turn the tide so easily. Blood Tallow Candle, no problem. I mean, it makes the game last forever, but yeah, no problem. One thing we could do is seal away Mesa Unicorn and then bring it back. All in this turn. That just seems like not a lot of value. If Invoke the Divine is otherwise a dead card, it makes sense. But I can't imagine that's the case. I mean, they have at least 2 artifacts we know about. Probably some sagas. Skizzik is not a problem. Why are they even attacking here? Sure. If they have the untap spell, that'd be too funny. We could seal away in response to that. Here it comes. No, Ancient Animus. Ooh, that's too interesting. Alright, we're getting in a spell battle. A seal away on the stack. Then they untap it. Then we Blessed Light it. Okay, no, it's ending now. Well, it wasn't. It could have been much more exciting than that. Let's get our big guy into play here. Doesn't hold up Blessed Light, but that's okay. To kill them 1 turn sooner, or 2 turns sooner even. Fiery Intervention. Ouch. Elfham Druid, oh no. That can block our 1/3. Ah. Goodbye, Elfham Druid. I want to do damage to my opponent. What a waste. And not just 5 mana for 2 mana, but like a premium removal spell for an O2 that literally does nothing except is an O2. Oh no, not Slimefoot. Get him. Although he does get 2 little friends first. And we can still attack through the friends. There we go, finally. Still attack here, but they have to top deck an answer for the sentry. And if they do, then they have to start losing their saprolings, and if they don't, we win. At long last. Grindy battle here. Great. See you in the finals. We meet Master Cable here, and they put us on the draw, which is fine with me. We have our Unicorn to start things off with, and then Gideon's Reproach if things get out of hand. Don't like seeing blue turn 1 with this hand. I'd rather see a more aggressive deck. See if Mesa Unicorn resolves. Yeah, it resolves right away. almost like they f6'd, but hard to be sure. That means they probably don't have syncopate. And they're stuck on 2 lands. I don't want to start using Invoke the Divine when it really doesn't help us much here. Maybe I'll use it, like if we're not drawing our lands either, then it protects our Sarah Angel later. Or it can kill this Howling Golem, which is also good. Great. We played that magnificently. Oh no. You know, we should have just attacked into it and drawn the card with, and then Gideon's Reproached. Because I feel like our mana problem is not quite as messed up as theirs. That's good. All right. What to do? We can't attack into that. Well, we can attack into it, but they don't know that. We want them to attack. Surveyor, sure. They probably just don't attack with Denitha. There's no reason for them to attack here, except to gain the life. And we're a white deck holding up 4 mana with 7 cards in our hand. Do we have nothing? Probably not. Ugh, come on. Yeah. They are playing it well. What do we do here? There's all kinds of crazy stuff we can do here. But I think the thing I like most is exiling Denitha. That keeps a historic, permanent, or legendary creature off the field, or whatever condition needs to be met for their powerful spells. We're 32 to 31 to 12 here. Now we can start playing some of our cool stuff, like Sarah Angel. Should have kept red up there because charge is just not that common. So they don't get to attack in here. They're a few turns away from Blood Tallow Candle. Shoot, they can start tapping stuff. Getting a ton of damage in. That attack might not even be that good, but if they were already playing around Gideon's Reproach, then they might not want to try to block the Unicorn anyway. So what now? Play Evra and get it Time of Iced? Get it iced. Or start exiling all kinds of stuff. Or play an Archaeologist. I like playing Archaeologist because it keeps one more creature in play. Unless we attack with Mesa Unicorn. Oh no, they get a land, so Sarah Angel might lose pretty soon. And they have History of Benalia, so this is all happening. And that makes me want to seal away here rather than Gideon's Reproach, because that's a better answer to the Knights. The Gideon's Reproach, that is. Cool. Put a counter on Archaeologist and don't attack. It's tough to beat these cards that just do so much. I think we've got a good shot, but it just depends on what else they have. Exile for our Evra. Because it just feels like you're playing against 3 cards. And so while this is doing its magic, they can tap out for other stuff, and they're drawing more cards. So yeah, weird game. No point exiling it now. Rather, we should get our Sarah Angel and hold up Gideon's Reproach. Maybe attack with the Unicorn, but yeah, I'll just hold it back. Probably trade it with the Journey Mage. Oh no, they can Blood Tallow Candle the Sarah Angel. This is, yeah, see, they get all this value for free. Goodbye, Sarah Angel. Blink of an eye is fine. I guess I don't mind trading here. And then punch a knight. Keep their board pretty light, because they can kind of trade off at any time. Another Sarah Disciple. Ugh. Yeah, at some point they're going to want to Blood Tallow Candle the Angel, but they know we have some other good stuff. We might as well force them to do it and hold up Gideon's Reproach here. Red, that's scary. We were going to be a Jeskai deck. Didn't quite get there. Deep Freeze Sarah Angel. Yeah, that is another good answer to it. So what do we do? I'm going to reproach the knight here. I'm not worried about the first strikers, and I am worried about a creature that doesn't have to tap. This is perfect, though. Pardic Wanderer is a creature that they have to deal with, and if they kill it, we can get it back with the Archaeologist, and if they kill it, then our other stuff gets to live. Deep freeze it. Come on. No. All the answers. On Sarah's Wings, too. So now we have to... Well, I guess we can Fiery Intervene. Yikes. Well... 9, it's not quite enough to do everything. Not quite enough to do everything. We could also kill Blood Tallow Candle. It's a funny play. But we have Blessed Light for the Surveyor, or just outclass it. It's a 2/3 flying lifelink. That's not that great. Ever, I mean, I could see them doing like 6 to us pretty soon. I'm just not going to play around a whole lot here. Yeah, they could have +2/+2. Yeah, they could have Gideon's Reproach. They could have all this stuff. Make them use it. Also not playing Sergeant of Arms because they'd rather kick it eventually. Blessed Light there. Sure. Gonna be hard to win this one, especially taking this hit. So got a bit greedy there, and we're paying for it. This game might come down to whether or not they draw a historic card, or whether or not they just draw that good stuff. You know, we have one good out here, And that's called Blessed Light Deep Freeze. And then keep blocking with Sarah Angel. Block, block, block. We still lose if they play a historic permanent. Block the most damage that we can. And we still lose unless we draw something really good. Hey, that's pretty good. That's all right. That'll do. And now we still lose if they draw. We still lose if they draw a historic thing. But if they don't... Oh, wow. They also have to block here, so we might be okay if they draw a historic thing. That was like the perfect draw for like a ton of reasons. Yeah. If they have Icy Manipulator, they win. If not, they're on chump duty. No way. That was absurd. See how good this card is? There was no way we were getting out of that. They needed a historic spell that also killed one of our flyers, and then they could kill us there. Right. Well, in a world full of Sarah disciples, you gotta join the party. Maybe Dauntless Bodyguard is not as good. And we put in our own disciple. Chronicler, it might be a good deck for Chronicler. Yeah, I tell you what, let's put in a Chronicler and go nuts. Take out a land, because we'll be on the draw here. Yep, plenty of land, no red sources. This looks about right, and they're down to 6. I'll keep this hand. It doesn't look great, but look, we have 33 cards, and we're going to draw some of them. See, there's one. 3/2 flyer. Ooh, Tetsuko Umezawa. That is not easy to block. But also isn't too scary. Ooh, no attacks, so they're respecting something. I mean, I'm just going to play Sergeant of Arms. Not bluffing anything here. They still attack with Knight. Now they get to attack for 4, 5. Oh no, their whole deck's built on Tetsuko. and they're only drawing their Tetsuko cards. Alright, alright. Well, we can't block their stuff anyway, so we attack. And then what? We have to do a little math here, because if we draw land, it's important that we do this correctly. Can we race this? So they come back for 5. That's 3 hits of 5, and we're dead. So maybe they hit 11. Then they have to hit 2 more times. Let's say they put another creature out. 3 hits. Plus, 5 plus 5 plus 7 or something. Right. Then we attack for 2. Next turn we attack for... next turn we attack for 4. And then we attack for 6. Maybe that's not good enough, but the Aven Sentry isn't much better. Token gains haste. I'm gonna go for Aven Sentry. It's a little less risky here, and then the creature we equip Helm of the Host to could be the Aven Sentry, and that might help quicken the pace. Howling Golem, sure, that's not one they can attack for free, so good news there. Mesa Unicorn. What does that do? It gains 2 life, so 13 minus 5, 8. So what I really want to do here is draw a card. So attack both of these in there. And then I'll block Howling Golem with Mesa Unicorn. And we'll see if they play carefully here. Oh no, Time of Ice. Oh, please attack with Howling Golem. 7. Because if we can kill Tetsuko, we can survive. They're being super careful. Another Mesa Unicorn. They're being ultra careful. Which is really good for us. And they have 8 damage on the field. Six. If they can deal with all our blockers, they're in good shape. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. They only have 1 card left in hand. They're going to tap something with this. We could kill Time of Ice. And then untap our Mesa Unicorn, or we could play Mesa Unicorn. Those are the real options here. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing it this way. This also dissuades the attack of Tetsuko and Knight. Very hard for us to die this turn. Not impossible. But we're talking about like another Time of Ice or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, even that wouldn't do it. Because we still get to block the Howling Golem. And if the Howling Golem attacks, boy, we're going to draw something. And it'll do 4 damage to an attacking creature. You watch. You just wait and see. No. That's fine. That's fine. Do we kill Howling Golem? I guess we don't. Just keep drawing cards. We can't block the 1 power creatures, so go to 6. Oh, ouch. Something. No. Having the unicorns bounced isn't the end of the world. Let's see, we go to 10, but it does suck. I'd rather be able to attack with them next turn. Stop on their upkeep so they don't activate the Time of Ice. And are we dead here? No, we're at 10, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even if they draw a Historic Spell, first of all, we can block. Second of all, we don't necessarily want to block. We don't even want to... No, we can attack with this sentry because we're going to kill the Time of Ice. Yeah, and they can attack their disciples in. Ooh, so close. Yeah, we better start doing some damage when we can, because it's so unlikely we block it. Not even unlikely, it's just impossible we block with it. Their upkeep. Here we go. Kill Time of Ice, because we basically have to. And why am I doing this on their upkeep instead of our main? If they have Syncopate, maybe they have to use more mana this turn, and they don't have it up to cast their Historic Spell. Something like that. Here they go. Nothing in 1 white we could draw, so I'll F6 here. And we're not dead, but we block the only thing we can block. Go pretty low. And if they don't have much, we're attacking back and gaining life. And we have a way to deal with Tetsuko. That's all very good. Oh, that's all really good. Not enough mana to bail us out if we fail. Let's see, we go to 7. I've done this too quickly before and just lost because of it. So let's be a bit careful. If we go to 7, we have 2 less blockers. They have these disciples in the air, which is pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sure we'll be able to block this, so it's like 4 damage in the air. We can do 9 damage to them, seal away, and then play Helm of the Host. Maybe that's our best bet. And then do we attack with these sentries? First things first. Let's seal away Tetsuko. I can't imagine them untapping Tetsuko. So, I mean, in some cases, Fiery Intervention would be better, but... Oh, it's Syncopate. Oh, it's actually Syncopate, the only thing that just kills us. We can't pay 5. And yeah, there's no way to play around that. We go to 7, they can attack for 7. Maybe they screw it up somehow. Oh, it got syncopated. Did they know about Helm of the Host? Yeah, they did, because that's the miracle card that we drew. All right, well, is there any way we can do 1 more damage this turn? 9. I don't know, but if they attack with Howling Golem, we could draw a card to bail us out of this. Ah, which is why we shouldn't play Gitu Chronicler. I mean, they have to misplay for us to lose. In fact, maybe leaving back Aven Sentry was correct. 1 more mana would have done it too. All kinds of close. They have land. Don't know what that means. Don't know why they're playing it first name. They might as well. Maybe more syncopates. And that's something we'll have to be careful about. So it might indicate that they have syncopate if they attack with Tetsuko Umezawa when they have mana untapped into the same board as when they didn't have mana untapped. For game 3, since we're losing this one. Here they come. Attack with Howling Golem. They just attack with everything and then bring that back. Oh! Are they teasing us here? What if they just attacked with Howling Golem? That would be too much. That would just be too much. What are they doing? Maybe, like, it really looks like we have the 4 damage spell. But we don't have it. We need to draw it. I feel like they're just teasing. What is going on? Yeah. Okay, well, they could have won. Now we have a really good chance of winning. Unless they drew the God card. Yikes. Did they have another syncopate? Did they just throw away the... I mean, don't give up. Never give up. What did they draw? Okay, we can't do Helm of the Host. We just don't have enough mana. We can... Oh, we can attack with everything. That's pretty good. Do we lose anything for free? No. Well, hold on. Yeah, no, they can bounce the Chronicler, but they can't kill it for free. Mesa Unicorn could die to a double first strike thing. Gosh, what if they had a flash 3/3 flyer that pumped both of their disciples? It'd be very good for them. So yeah, we could kill one of the disciples and then make a lethal attack, or a somewhat lethal attack. Force them to block with the other one, for example. We could kill Tetsuko just so they don't get a good attack back. You'd figure that they have something good here. If we go to 11... then we're kind of out of range of dying. Alright, I've decided. I'm going to do 5 damage to a Sarah Disciple. That does a few cool things. It lets us attack with a few cool creatures. And we should not attack with Chronicler, because they have a free block with the Surveyor. But we could attack with Sergeant at Arms, because we can't block their stuff anyway. Yes, good. They can trade that off. They can trade that off, but we gain life. And we want to kill the Disciple before it pumps if they let us do this. And they have a Gideon's Reproach for Aven Sentry. But that's not bad, all in all. All in all, this is decent for us. And it's just Gideon's Reproach here. Or 5 mana Blessed Light on this. Sure. And we're at 11. And they have not too much power in play. They can keep trying to draw cards with Howling Golem, but that assumes their deck is better than ours. Or just that they have more mana. And I kind of hope they do, because we have 2 Gideon's Reproaches with their name on it. Our own Disciple. In the battle of disciples, we might come out ahead here. Oh, we're so back into this. We're back. 8. What does 8 mana do? It means we can do 6 and 2. So Disciple plus Evra. Or better yet, we could do Tiana plus Disciple. And Tiana plus Disciple means we have air superiority, and we're just not in danger of dying here. Cool. Maybe, so I think they were playing around Gideon's Reproach this whole time, and we just never had it. All this is fine. If we draw our next mana, then we have 2 flyers anyway. We're not going to lose both flyers this turn, I hope. They kill Tiana here. They attack for 4 unblockable. Maybe less than that. They'll leave Tetsuko back to block Chronicler. Baird is fine. No, of course, they still need one flyer to block the Disciple, so they can't even attack with that. Land. Bam. They can't syncopate this, so this game is over. They could still get us here by Gideon's reproach, but we got it. Okay, wow. So they kind of beat themselves by playing around a card that maybe they shouldn't have, and that's a tough call. I mean, they didn't see our hand, so but also a good reason not to give up. And good luck in your drafts.